In this video, I'll be ranking the top 10 strongest characters we've seen in Jujutsu Kaisen. This will include people who are alive or dead, and it will not be including people who have barely seen any, so people such as Yuki and etc. will be harder to scale, won't be involved. So we'll start off with number 10, and this will be our fiery volcano curse Jogo. I believe Jogo has become very underrated and has unfortunately had to face the two strongest characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, being Gojo and Sukuna. However, he is not to be downplayed, and he has the strength and the feats to show. He has done main and tremendous damage to our main cast in blitzing both Maki, Hanami, Nabito and some other Jujutsu sorcerers. Moreover, having a domain expansion, him putting at one of the top elites in terms of Jujutsu sorcery, and having maximum technique, being one of 3 individuals to have a maximum technique in this series so far. And I believe he's become underrated as a curse, and he's deserving of this number 10 spot. I edge him very slightly over Mahito. However, if you want to have Mahito ahead of him, I think that's fine either. At number 9, and this will be our first new CUlling game member, and this will be Uro. I think Uro has become extremely underrated, and she's done a lot of damage, and with her ability, it gives her a good indication of her strength. Having the ability such as sky manipulation, it gives her great durability and evasiveness. She can dodge, fly, and it gives her a utility that so many Jujutsu sorcerers just won't have the access to. Moreover, we know that she has a domain expansion, and she was also shown to do a lot of hits to our main combatants. She was fighting with Kurorushi even though she had a bad matchup and ended up getting blindsided by him. However, she sent a lot of hits to Yuta in the fight in the hand-to-hand combat, as well as using her ability to send granite blasters back at Ryu. She did a lot of damage to Ryu, and in that 1v1v1, she was a key component until she got caught off guard until the end conclusion. I think she's become extremely underrated, and her ability is super strong. Now number 8, and this will go to our Josuke fella, our pompadour hairstyle fella, in Ryu Ishiguro. He has the highest curse energy output in history, as well as having a domain expansion. He's extremely durable, he has a great speed, he has high level punching ability with his output being similar with his punches to his beams, and I think there's nothing more I can say about praise about Ryu. I think he's an extremely strong individual who craves his dessert in fights, and I think at this moment of time, he was just extremely lucky in his 1v1v1. Unfortunately, a lot of the damage that he took ended up coming from Uru and other people, and as well as going against one of the most dangerous sorcerers in Yuta, he ended up getting overwhelmed. However, I don't think his strength should be downplayed, and he has the feats to show it. Moreover, with the fact that he has the highest curse energy output, I think he's deserving of this number 8 spot. Number 7, and this will be Hajime. Kashimo has shown great feats, and I think right now with his curse energy properties, he has one of the most dangerous curse energy we've ever seen. The ability to charge up lightning bolts and lightning strikes and use positive energy to turn into electricity, as well as using abilities such as his staff to generate electric strikes. The versatility of killing people in numerous ways with just having such a dangerous curse energy such as lightning. He has the speed feats, and he battled an immortal being, a Hakari, for such a long period of time. Only unfortunate to him exhausting his curse energy did he end up losing this fight. I think he's shown feats of being an extremely dangerous sorcerer, and it speaks volumes to why this individual is looking for Sukuna. Now number 6, and this will be our invincible individual Hakari. At this moment in time, he has one of the most broken domain expansions, and obviously one of the most confusing domain expansions. I think at this moment in time, he is very strong, and once he hits his jackpot, he has been scaled to be stronger than even Yuta. However, I don't believe this at this moment in time in terms of the feats that he's shown. I believe Yuta just has more regard. However, Hakari is not to be slept on. He has the ability to move his domain expansion in terms of the location, which is the first we've seen in the series. Once he hits his jackpot, he becomes immortal, unlimited curse energy. He has great attack output, his speed output, everything you can talk about with Hakari, as well as probably the highest durability with the fact that he is immortal. He also have advanced reverse curse technique, and the fact that he can continuously restore his body and potential poisons just shows that he has a rigged gambling domain which allows him to do things which are insanity. Moreover, we still haven't seen his Rainbow Jackpot, so there's still more to come from Hakari, and I think with the fact that he has been scaled to be potentially stronger than Yuta, I think he's deserving of this number 6 spot. Number 5. And this will go to Gaito, so the previous one of the strongest sorcerers. And the ability of curse manipulation is insanity, the way he can harbor multiple of curses, as well as we know that he has a domain expansion, however we unfortunately have never seen it, as well as the fact that he has his maximum technique Unumaki, which can output all his curses in one dangerous blow. And if it wasn't for a binding vow Yuta love beam with Rika, Gaito would have potentially killed Yuta. And this can be even more inferred with the fact that the brain indicated that Gaito was only 60% of his power, and if he was 100% of his power and utilized all his curses, he could have killed Yuta and captured Rika. And I think this is a point of just Gaito being slept on, and I think he's 100% deserving of this spot, and one of the most dangerous Jujutsu sorcerers we've seen. Number 4, and this goes to Yuta, so the current strongest sorcerer in the CUlling games. Doubted to be the second strongest sorcerer in Jujutsu High. I think, what can we say about Yuta? His feats have been insanity. He had his 1v1v1 in the Sedain colony, and you saw how he came out on top against these two individuals. He has the ability of Mimicry, which is beyond crazy. He has the Queen of Curses in Rika, as well as a domain expansion that we are even unaware of. And this is not even to speak to a volume of his obviously versatility with his curse tools, and even more things that he gets with his abilities, with the fact that he has near to a limitless curse energy. With the fact that he has a high application of RCT, I think the feats and abilities Yuta has is insanity, and I think it makes sense why he has been doubted to be the second strongest Jujutsu sorcerer currently, and he is most definitely deserving of this number 4 spot. Number 3. Kenjaku, the biggest antagonist in Jujutsu Kaisen, the individual with the most potential, and as well as the second most knowledge on Jujutsu sorcery that we've seen bar Sukuna. He's also an individual who has led for years and years upon, close to 800, 1,000 years, and he has accumulated with jumping from body to body to accumulate such a level of talent and planning. He's now an individual where he has captured Gaito's body, and he now has the capturing of Mahito and other strong curses, which has all gone according to his plan, similar to that of Aizen. However, this has gone to a bigger indication that has an even better understanding than Jujutsu of even Gaito, and maximize the usage of Inumaki even better than Gaito did. So we can see him maximize some of the deficiencies Gaito didn't have and become an even more dangerous sorcerer, in tied with the fact that he has one of the strongest knowledge in terms of Jujutsu sorcery that we've seen of any characters. And I think he's more than deserving of this number 3 spot, even with the fact that there is still some question marks of his abilities and more to come. Number 2. Now, number 2 and number 1 is interchangeable, but I am going to put Gojo Satoru, the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer. His birth changed the whole Jujutsu world, and he has been deemed to be the strongest character in the series. I mean, if you want to say Gojo's the strongest, I don't mind it either. I think his ability of Limitless, his 6 eyes, his curse energy, his speed, his attack output, he is the walking definition of overpowered. And overpower people such as Toji in fights, or even 1v solo anybody in any syndication, because Gojo Satoru is the strongest sorcerer that we have seen. However, I put him at second, just behind our number 1 spot, who we will see very soon. And this is only because I don't think he has this depth of knowledge that this individual has. As well as his reverse curse technique, even though it's of the highest application, he can't use it to heal others, which this other individual can as well. But in terms of his domain expansion, in terms of his abilities, there's nothing I have to say about Gojo, and he is the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer clearly. Number 1. 1,000-year-old sorcerer, Sukuna. Sukuna has the highest knowledge of Jujutsu sorcery we've seen in the series. He's also been such a dangerous individual that he had to be split into 20 fingers just to contain his power. I think even if you think him or Gojo is first, I don't think it mine, but this is the reason why I edged Sukuna. The fact that he's lived for 1,000 years, he has to have stuff that are just above other people in terms of knowledge. That is evident in his knowledge of Jujutsu sorcery, which in my opinion is the highest that we've seen in the series. In the fight against Muhuraga, he instantaneously managed to find out the phenomenon with Muhuraga, make a comparison to something we can see that was similar back in the day that he has fought. He also has the highest application of reverse curse technique, and that is shown with the fact that he could heal Megami as well as heal his own body parts. He has to be seen the most refined domain expansion in Malevolent Shrine and have a plethora of abilities that we've seen. I mean, his curse technique himself, now the ability that he can even access flames which are not akin to his own ever curse techniques such as the cleave and dismantle. This shows an indication of things to come with potentially what he can do, and I think just for the simple fact that he has this depth of knowledge as the strongest character in Jujutsu Kaisen. He has the fact that he's also called the King of Poisons. I mean, we don't even see him use any poison stuff, but he has all these titles. And with the fact that he's called the King of Curses, all these kind of nuances to in fact hype him up is, in my opinion, the strongest character in the series. However, thank you guys for getting to this point of the video. If you disagree or agree, let me know down below, and obviously like, comment, share, subscribe for more JJK content. If you would change anything in the list, comment down below and let me know your thoughts and opinions.